Welcome, everybody. This is session 17 of our Fear Itself campaign. It's been a couple of months in real life since we've played, so we're going to try to figure out what the hell happened last session. And I'll give a little bit of a recap if I can decipher these notes and see what happens for tonight. As much as I can make out, we had lunch, of course. You know, we're always eating and that sort of stuff. We sent another postcard back to Edward to try to get request information about the Clutie, see if they had anything in the database in regards to that particular thing when we found out what it was. We got a message back. My note says, get a message back. A postcard can't transmit through mail, which is really weird because we put them in the mail. I don't know what that means. Anyway.
Wait, what? What did you write? That doesn't sound right.
Get a message back. A postcard can't transmit through mail.
No. Probably not a postcard. You were trying to get him to send you stuff, I thought, through.
Maybe. Well, so in the previous session, we had sent a postcard because Jack wanted like collapsible crossbows and all those sorts of things. So we got a message in the morning that said a package was inbound, which was never resolved. So maybe it was there at the end of the session. But Randy did a shitload more research, spent a ton of points, was on a deep web forum for a Wiccan group, talked to Lady Branwyn. She knew about the Clutie, said it was dangerous but benign. You know, the curiosity of the creature, you know, kind of caused it to do the things that it was doing. The easiest way to get people to safety was to abandon the town, which didn't seem a very likely scenario. She said the creature could be confronted, but not without great sacrifice. The person who confronted it would die, but would get a boon in the afterlife and being reincarnated with extra good stuff when you come back. She gave us the information on the promise of information and or help in the future, so we agreed to that. We talked to, I have a note here, Old Hamish. Is that what the guy's name was?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked to him, and he was oddly aware of the fact that he would need to sacrifice himself to keep the Clutie from attacking the town, which seemed kind of weird, but we rolled with it. We kind of dissuaded him from that. The third option that we came up with, aside from trying to either puncture it and or abandon the town, was to freeze it.
Yeah,
so I believe, and I didn't get a chance to re-listen to the episode, that we sent him another postcard to see if they could have a tanker truck of liquid nitrogen set up, and that we had. So they were going to send two things. They were going to send a tanker truck with the nitrogen. They were going to send another truck that we were going to pump it into. So we were going to lower the thing into the truck. Somebody was going to climb out, probably me. And then we were going to pump it full of liquid nitrogen and then truck it back to the place. And then they were going to do whatever they needed to do. Either bury it, destroy it, burn it, keep it on ice, like fucking Megatron. I don't know. And that's it. We were at the bar. We were talking to Old Hamish. We got them all settled down. I think Randy got a little rowdy. I think he did a little bit of drinking, and we actually turned in early. So we did not go back out and investigate the town or protect its inhabitants from the Clutie. So hopefully nothing bad happened over the course of the night. I don't know.
Okay, but I feel like some of that sounds interesting.
I believe we went back to the bed and breakfast. And I think that's where we called it. Like, Randy was rowdy. We were doing a little bit of drinking. And we were like, are we going to go back? And we're like, yeah. And I'm like, are we sure? And
I think, didn't we leave it off? Didn't we leave it off when we were actually walking back? We just left so we were outside or something. Am I crazy?
It could have been. I know we were leaving and going back.
I don't think we made it back. I think we just left and we were about to walk back, if my recollection is correct.
No, that did happen in episode 15. We left
and
we saw the thing as we were walking back because it attacked the bartender.
Yeah, I think you made it back. That's vaguely familiar. And I had a thing for that I was debating. I feel like I don't remember the Hamish sacrificing himself thing.
He was all about it. We went to go back to talk to him, and he was like, "I'm gonna give myself up. I'm gonna protect him." We're like, "Wait, what?"
I mean, that's fun. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sure, I probably just rolled with it because
Neil had too many had too many bush lights that night, and he forgot what he was
That's
doing.
right. Well,
He
I
actually turned into Hamish.
Yeah, I was having natty ice. So much alcohol.
That's true. Yeah,
I wasn't used to it. I can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a character role player, like instead of a character actor.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I was in character. I don't remember because I'm not him now. He's gone. I don't remember him because I'm not his character at the moment. Okay, so yeah, you were at. I'm pretty sure you're at the bed and breakfast. I don't know what about the. I would disregard. You can't get postcards through the mail because that's exactly how you get them.
I don't understand what that means.
I thought I was the only one that drank a ton while I was doing this. Yeah, so you go to sleep that night. For the most part, town's pretty normal in its activities. There's no reason for. I mean, people have stopped going out at night as much. And I do remember the bartender knowing pretty much to like get home quick. Like he wasn't really at risk per se. So will have gotten home, meta knowledge, but so yeah, nothing. You wake up and it seems like you didn't hear anything in the night, and the innkeeper, your bed and breakfast hostess, didn't like knock on your doors like, "Oh, there's a murder!" So that's what you know when you wake up.
Is Randy hungover in the morning? I feel like he's hungover.
Oh yeah, he does not drink that much.
Oh yeah, he probably has only had like probably like half of a crazy horse or something like his whole life.
That's right.
Yeah, he's never drank that. Like maybe not never, but like definitely doesn't drink that much often. He is hungover as shit.
Nice.
-1 to all in like thinking about things rolls.
Oh, but that's Randy's strong point. Fuck.
I'm not going to be able to quote any movies. Oh, this is my kryptonite. Oh.
You got to get some protein in you.
Ew,
eggs,
gross. Stop
Come
talking
on,
like that,
man.
you weirdo.
No. You like eggs and shit. Like, if you think you can keep eggs down, it's going to be good because it's going to break down the alcohol.
Yeah.
Bacon. Bacon's the best.
Yeah. He's he wants like 12 eggs. That's all he can think about right now. He can't think about movie quotes, but he sure has his mind on it like a dozen eggs right now.
Yeah, Mrs. Garrison, she makes a good scramble. So
she does.
Oh hell, oh yeah, and I bet you they got Canadian bacon and stuff up there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
They're like, where we're going, we don't need toads. That doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right.
Well, should go get cleaned up, change those clothes. Did you vomit on your shirt? Is that what that is?
I don't know. This might be hollandaise sauce. I don't remember. It could be the special sauce on a Big Mac.
Like,
I don't. Wait, hold on.
Mustard.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely puke. All right, I'm gonna go change, guys. Yeah, I had to lick it a little bit just to see. It's definitely barf. I'll go change into my other Army of Darkness T-shirt that I have. One of 7 that I like to wear. And then I'll meet you guys downstairs for some awesome breakfast. That's all I can think of right now. Oh, hold on. I'll be back.
Oh, man. Make sure you clean that. Oh, fuck. Don't make a mess. All right. Well, shit. I mean, let's go order some breakfast and let's see if that package ever came. Did you ever get your crossbows? Oh, I can't stay. He's going to do that.
He's going to Ralph.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let me throw out some pants real quick.
No, I didn't get my crossbows. I mean, we got to check.
Yeah, we'll ask her if we got a package in or not, and then I guess the trucks. I mean, if they send the trucks, right, they'll probably go over to the market, right? I mean, where else would they put them?
Why the hell did I want crossbows?
We were gonna try to pop that thing.
Yeah, but we did that with the truck.
Well, yeah, we fucking hammered it with the truck, but it was like the Terminator. Remember the freaking thing? Like it broke up, and then the water was going all over.
Oh no, I remember that. But if we're gonna freeze it now, why would we want to pop it now? I'm trying to think what our logic was.
Well, there's a lot of things in motion, right? So like we did that, and then we were like, oh, we should maybe get the crossbows. And like I was on board for the crossbows because I mean, the hell do we know? We give it a shot.
So maybe we ordered them before we decided.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys were like, we need these. And then you're like, wait, now we need other things that don't necessarily go with that plan. But yeah.
Okay, well, listen, dude, crossbows are badass anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have them for next time. Right?
They were like
that's not terrible.
Foldable.
Collapsible,
collapsible crossbows.
Yep.
Guys, what are we talking about here?
Oh, man, you still fucking smell.
Oh, sorry. I had to get a cup of Bird's coffee with our face on it. Ghost Facers. Yeah.
Nice.
Remember the mugs that we made? Aren't they cool?
They are.
I like
cool.
to bring them. Yeah, I like to bring them everywhere we go.
I wish we could sell more of those things. I mean, we get a lot of hits on those videos, but man, the merch is real slow.
Well,
man,
hey, maybe we
can.
We can talk to Fuckface, and maybe he can distribute them out to everybody else. What's his name? Andrew?
Edward?
Bob? Edward, yeah. Like that vampire shiny guy from those movies. Yeah, he could probably get those going. He's got connections.
Man,
I know he does.
You just fucking hate Edward, don't you?
Yeah, he's a prick. Fuck that guy.
Suddenly, Erin wonders, what was the web address to buy those again?
For the coffee?
No, for the mugs.
For the mugs?
You not buy those mugs?
No, I ordered that shit on Walmart.
I thought he was.
Cafe Press canceled my fucking order, assholes. I digress. It said it was a copyrighted image. Okay, the ghost face, sure, probably, but then all the elements around it, I put together in a thing. So clearly, the image that I was trying to put on a mug and not for sale, it was an individual order, was not copyrighted. So fuck you, Cafe Press. I'm going to cut this and I'm going to put it on the end so everybody can hear it later.
I think technically that is anytime you modify an image. So if you take it and put it in your image, it's still copyrighted. Sorry, bud.
Nah, fuck them anyway.
I've had a couple law classes. Walmart doesn't know, fuck. They're like, we're Walmart. What are you gonna do? Fucking sue us? Scream? The Scream franchise? Eat our dicks. We'll do what I want. What do you want? You don't want all of your goods at pennies on the dollar? Well, then, fuck you, Hollywood, because we know you need to buy that shit cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You need a $2 bag that's 10 pounds Twizzlers, motherfucker. We know it. Craft Services needs it. So you need us.
The fucking Edvard Munch estate should have fucking sued the Scream assholes anyway because they fucking ripped off Edvard Munch.
Yeah, I know. They
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what the fuck? They don't have a goddamn leg to stand on.
That's right. But if you do need a URL, it's tinyurl.com/legendary brew. We'll get you that awesome Birds of a Feather legendary brew coffee.
And now it'll come with an official label, guys. I made that. It looks like it's on parchment. It's pretty neat, guys. Order it. It's cool. And it's a tasty coffee.
It is tasty coffee.
Plus, when you order that, it's like, I don't sell it for other stuff. So that's like roasted, like legit on demand. So I send it out like the day after I roast it. So you're getting like the freshest of the fresh.
Mm-hmm. Order now, order often. I don't know how that saying goes.
Order all the time. If you're pausing for one moment of your day and think, what should I do? Order that coffee. That's the answer. Just order it. Don't think. If you're ever thinking, what should I be thinking? Order that coffee. That's what you should think. Order
Absolutely.
it. Superliminal. Order it.
We should record that like super fucking low, and I'll just play it behind all the episodes.
Oh yeah, do it. Brady Bunch. Was it Brady
Order
Bunch?
it.
Parker Lewis
Order
can't
it.
lose. One of those shows. No, Saved by the Bell, and they super undertoned everything to make like Kelly fall in love with Zach. It was a whole thing.
I don't remember that.
You guys just got subliminal. None of this is making it in the episode.
No, it's gonna make it all post credit, end credit.
God, I hope people listen to that.
Jesse did it on the Dragon Fisters for a long time, and I never knew there was stuff after the credits because I'd always turn it off. And one day I couldn't get to it because my hands were dirty or some shit. And then it kept going, and I was like, "Oh my god, how many episodes of this did I miss?"
People are missing it all. Do we have any live viewers?
No,
say hi.
it's just us.
Of course it is.
Nobody cares. Not even Jeremy. He's fuck you guys. You haven't played in 2 months. I don't even care.
And half the time when you say you are, you cancel. So eat my dick. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I tried. I tried so hard. But I'm going to make it up to you because this will be a cool... We better goddamn end this arc tonight. And then we'll have other arcs. I swear.
We have a really good one coming up. One that I'm super excited about.
I have a really fun one that I'm really excited about that includes some additional player-specific RP. It's a whole thing. It's really fun in my head.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get some fucking breakfast here.
All right. Yeah. We played for like 2 minutes. All right. So
what are you guys talking about? So what are we talking about here?
We're going down. We'll get some breakfast. We'll see if the package came. Can we call? Do we have a number for Edward? Can we just like call that motherfucker and find out about the trucks, or do we have to send a postcard?
Yeah. Apparently, he doesn't like modern technology, so we're always sending postcards.
Well, remember the phones never worked.
Oh yeah,
remember when we first went there?
Yeah, but wasn't that in like the Brady Bunch land when we were back in the 70s or something like that? Nothing worked, but like here it should work, right?
Yeah. But if he's over there, then he's not
even approaching.
Oh, that's
remember the first time we drove, and like all the shit didn't work.
You know what we need? Like, I'm feeling a little bit better. You know what we need? Like a Stargate. We need like a Stargate so we can just kind of pop in, pop out, that kind of thing. Say hi to Edward, kick him in the balls. I mean, that would be fun, right, guys? Right?
You've got such a hard on for that fucking guy.
I know. I want to. It's a love-hate relationship, but So let's get some breakfast. I'm starving.
All right, cool. So we go down, head to the kitchen area, the dining room, whatever it is. The dining room.
Dining room, yeah.
Is she bopping around? I mean, there's nobody but us.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, she kind of has set out like assorted like pastries.
Oh my god, you are literally killing me, Brett.
Listen, man, I gotta live my life, man.
You gotta mute your phone or something when you're doing shit.
He's living his truth.
All right, so we go down. She sets stuff out. Right,
it's not like the actual breakfast. It's more like if you want like a scone or like a muffin or an English muffin with some like jelly or jam or whatever before breakfast, because like usually she's gonna see what you guys want. So there's like that sort of stuff sitting out. There's coffee, obviously, Bird's coffee because she tried it and she got some express shipped, and so that's ready to drink.
Hell yeah!
And so it has a nice sign, Bird's Coffee at birdscoffeecompany.com. Order now. And it comes with all of your bulk orders. It doesn't. But she comes in, oh, hey, boys. What are you going? What's for breakfast today? I've a lot of options. I mean, obviously, you could just have the finger foods, but I have sausages, obviously Canadian bacon, eggs, pancakes, waffles.
Can we get like 3 big scrambles?
Oh, I have a special scramble if you want If you want the special scramble,
Yeah.
I call it the kitchen sink. There's 6 meats, 4 cheeses, 8 vegetables, some herbs, and plenty of eggs.
Damn.
I'll take 2 of those, please.
2? You sound like Randy.
Hey,
I'm hungry, man.
You think you can eat 2 of these? No one's ever finished 2.
Well, I better just have 1 then.
All right. Well, I was going to say I'd give you a T-shirt if you could eat that second one, but
I will eat 3.
You go, Randy.
If you get 3, if you can eat 3, I'll give you the recipe.
Nice. Okay, I'm in.
I'll just have 1. I gotta watch my figure.
Pussy.
So she dawdles off. She's like, oh, and you hear like lots of prep work,
Hands
frying and clanking and sizzling. She comes out and like each of you gets like a cast iron skillet scrambled, like a full size cast iron skillet filled to the brim with just every good fucking awesome thing you can imagine. Except Randy gets 3 of them. I don't know how she has that many cast iron skillets, but she does. She's like, there you go, boys. Enjoy. It's our secret family recipe. Except unless he can eat those 3, good luck to you.
Randy starts digging into it like it's a hot dog eating contest and just starts mowing it down.
Randy, you already puked this morning. What are you doing to yourself?
Hey, guess what? There's nothing left.
There's no way in fuck you're going to be finishing all that.
Challenge accepted, sir. I scoff at your rudeness.
Jack, he's empty, though. I mean, he's got to fill that back up, right?
Well, it depends, because he's going to have to roll an athletics check to finish that. I'm not kidding. You have to roll an athletics check.
I will.
And I'm not going to tell you the difficulty.
Sounds good.
You got to do it.
He's going to be another -1 for being all fat and sluggish.
Yep. I don't even think I have any athletics on me.
No, you have some.
I do. I do have 3 points.
He spends them all to eat the skillet.
Yep. I might. Hey, don't put that past Randy.
Hey, could this be a gaming like a first time moment or something, like in gaming history?
Is it like the first time someone's rolling to get a recipe?
Yeah.
For
or
sure.
the first time someone's rolling to eat enough food? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could be.
I feel like it's got to be, right? Like, who does that?
I feel like it cannot be.
Look at what I got. Look at what I got.
Oh, God.
And I spent a point.
That definitely succeeds. Somehow, beyond all... she comes in. By the time she comes back in just to check if you're going all right, you're done. And she, her jaw drops. No one has eaten. I mean, it's a full fucking skillet, of the densest, richest fucking food. And you've somehow plowed through 3 of them. So she's like, I guess I'll have to write it down. I've never had this. I mean, there's only been a few people that finished 2 of them.
Yeah. Randy takes his finger around the last pot and gets all the grease out of it and looks at Jack and goes like that, just stares him down.
Yeah. Well, Jack says, you know what? Well, he says to himself, that's just going to be in the toilet in about 5 seconds.
So Erin looks up and he's like, can you put the rest of this in the fridge for me? It'd be all right if I maybe grab this tonight, maybe when we get back in, or there's no way I can do this.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, it saves. Great. Or if you want, I can even, you put that with a little bit of, pie crust, and it's almost like a quiche then.
Ooh, maybe we can have. I'll have that for breakfast tomorrow.
Oh, of course, yeah. You take that up. I have a little way to dress it up a little, and then it gets even better. So, trust me, that's the way to go.
Oh, thank you, Miss Garrison.
Oh, you're so welcome, boys. Although this one, he doesn't have any to save. So I don't know what he's going to want in the morning.
I can't imagine he'll want anything for the rest of the day.
Maybe I should get a side of beef in.
Did we get a package yesterday? The office called and said that they were going to send something up. We were out most of the day. We didn't see you last night.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Late in the day, there's it was rather heavy. I couldn't lift it, so I had the postal worker and the neighbor boy lifted in. It's in the back room there.
Oh, okay. Jack, you want to help me? We'll grab it. We'll take it upstairs.
You must have a lot of business going on because that was a heavy box.
Yeah, let's go grab it.
Okay, cool. Could you show us where it is?
Sure, follow me.
All right. We trundle on off and go grab it.
Yep, she shows you back to the back room. There's this large, kind of extra heavy cardboard box at this point. I would say it was a crate, but it seems a little much. I don't remember what you asked for beyond
the folding crossbows.
The crossbows and I
don't remember.
It's probably some heavy stuff. So it's like like one of those double cardboard boxes that are like extra thick. So it's heavy, but not it's not crazy.
Okay.
An old lady's not going to lift it though.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we grab that. We'll take that up to the room while Randy is percolating, I guess.
Dude, Randy's gonna be in the bathroom. If he doesn't puke, he's gonna be in the bathroom for like 6 hours.
Dude, there was so much fucking grease. It was so good though.
It was delicious.
I tell you what, it's probably going to be better tomorrow.
It's going to get to like stewing all the lard. I mean, she's probably used lard. I mean, she's probably hardcore. She's probably got lard.
Probably. My mom uses lard still. It's terrible for you, but man, it's fucking so good.
Yeah, I probably have never had lard.
Or bacon grease. That's the new thing, guys. Get it online. There's now little bacon grease saver tubs that people are selling that are fancy. And I'll tell you what, motherfuckers, if you want the best breakfast of your life, cook that shit with bacon grease. That's what my grandma would do. In a cast iron skillet, particularly fried potatoes. Your pee-pee will go, Nobody gets. If anyone listening to this sends John the answer to that riddle, I'll send you a free bag of coffee. No, name what that's from.
It's funny, but I don't know what it's from.
I'm just saying, if anyone knows it, free bag of coffee. The first person to email him.
Gotcha.
That's not a joke. I'm actually going to do it if someone knows the answer.
Bet. All right. Well, we'll see if somebody emails us. You could reach us at legendsoftabletop@gmail.com.
Is it from Idiocracy?
It's not.
Okay, then I don't know.
Not even
Go away, I'm baiting.
Go away, I'm biting.
Well, this show is completely off the rails. We have to play more often once every 12 months.
Yeah, we gotta actually play the game. Okay, what's happening?
All right, so we go up to the room. We rip the box open. Randy, do you come up or are you stuck in the seat?
No, I come up with it. I'm just fine.
Okay.
My athletics is strong with this one, so I'm all good.
This isn't your first rodeo.
That's right.
All right, so we open it up. Presumably, there's crossbows, there's bolts.
Nice.
Yep.
I
honestly don't remember what else you put in it, but
I don't know.
That's funny.
Some sort of supplies.
Okay. Shit, we should well, I guess we just leave them in the box, right? Like we don't want her looking, and we don't need them right now.
We can't walk down the stairs. This fucking crossbow action, man.
But we have them, right? So that's cool.
We're just doing some light hunting.
All right. Shit. Well, let's send him a follow-up, right? And make sure that, because I'm pretty sure we sent him a message about the liquid nitrogen, but let's send him another one and confirm and see what the ETA is, because we haven't gotten a response on that yet.
Now the postcards come back kind of instantaneously, right? If I'm correct.
Usually.
Yeah. All right. So let's go down to the mailbox. We'll scratch one out. We'll go to the mailbox, okay. And then when we get back to the bed and breakfast, we'll have an answer.
Well, okay, hold on. We better make sure we either hide these crossbows or like seal them back in the box so that she doesn't come up here to clean the room and see a bunch of fucking crossbows laying all, Well,
I assume with the knives and things that we bought with the murder kit that we just cut the tape, opened it up, and then we're like, oh shit, and then closed it back up again.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. I mean, it's not like we tore the box apart.
So yeah, so let's seal them back up.
We should ask for bags, because then we can just have them in bags, and then if she asks us what we have, and we'll just be like, we're just we like to live action role play every once in a while. These are just fake bows.
Well, let's ask her for bags. Like, can we have?
No, I'm not asking her for bags. I'm saying we should ask dipshit for bags.
Well, like your clothes are like, what did you put your clothes in? Like a fucking a backpack or something? Did you bring a suitcase?
I put them in a bag, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this huge crossbow into my backpack.
But it's collapsible.
I mean, they were kind of collapsible hand crossbows, sort of.
Does Randy not have luggage? He has like garbage bags. He puts his clothes in.
Probably.
He's used to traveling Greyhound. Zing.
That's right.
Sorry, my brother actually worked at a Greyhound bus stop station, and he was like, "There's like you can tell the level of passenger by whether they had like." Even garbage bag was a step above duct taped Tide boxes. That was a thing.
Yeah. The trash bags just make me think of Tommy Boy when he gets off with it and it's like taped up.
Oh no, that's 100% real. People did that all the time. And that was like middle class for Greyhound. Mm-hmm. So good. So many stories. All right. What do you guys want to do? How are you hiding this stuff?
We're leaving them in the box.
We're going to put it back in the box. We're going to tape it up.
Yeah. So we just like stick them in the corner. Like I'll throw like my duffel bag on top of them. I don't think that she would go through it. She doesn't seem like that kind of person, but he would just throw his like duffel bag on top just to cleaned.
I'll take a piece of my hair off and I'll tape it to where it's cut. The part is cut, and if someone breaks the hair, then I know that someone has tampered with it.
That's pretty good,
MacGyver. Yeah,
I don't think we have to worry about Miss Garrison, but I mean, like if you feel compelled.
No, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. All right. So let's go throw this note in the mailbox, and I guess wander around, see like if we catch any news, like make sure nothing happened last night. Like, I mean, she didn't say anything. I guess she would have told us, right? I mean,
yeah, but is she up on it though? I don't feel like she's been talking about it, has she?
I mean, I don't know that we ever really asked her about it.
Yeah. Hey, has anybody died today? We probably shouldn't start with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure
she would know.
I'm not sure a lot of bed and breakfast hosts lead with a bunch of people died here recently. FYI, enjoy your vacation. situation.
I make a great scramble, by the way.
Like, that's probably not going to be her lead in to most discussions, but she would probably know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're kind of stuck until the truck comes, assuming, Edward sends the truck, and then, one of us has got
what's some research we can do? I mean, is there anything we can do to pass the time productively, like research?
Well, I mean, I think Randy found everything he was going to find, right? When he talked to that lady, whatever her name was.
Yeah, I basically got all the information. It's like we either get our truck or we wait till nighttime and then wait for the murder to happen or wait for the Clutie to come out and be gross. And we'd be like, hey, let's try to shoot you. Oh, you turned into water and what came back? And, it's like, I feel like we're in this rut.
Well,
like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, maybe a plan B. Can we?
Okay, I mean, technically you have at a minimum 2 options other than the liquid nitrogen. There's find a way / justify evacuating the town for an indeterminate amount of time / forever.
Oh, sounds so easy.
The ritual where someone sacrifices themselves in order to essentially give their life / memories to the Clutie so that it can feel like a human being, and then it is satisfied and theoretically moves on. Or your Terminator idea. It's just so it's not that you don't have options. You've just ruled out 2 of those options.
You just have really shitty options. That's what we have.
If you want more options, you're gonna have to wait for a fucking giant truck of liquid nitrogen to drive somewhere in remote Canada, which is probably going to be a day or 2. FYI, when you get the note back, we'll just cut to the chase. It's on its way, but it's like tomorrow or the next day. It's not going to be like a 1-day turnaround on liquid nitrogen tank.
Yeah. All right. So I tapped the postcard on my hand, and I'm like, geez, you think they would have more options as like a secret government organization to like be able to fucking get something here pretty quick, right? I mean.
I know, he is worthless. Like, why the fuck are we working for this company that can't get us a truck of liquid nitrogen when we want it?
Well, I mean, I guess it's hard to come by, to get that much of it. But, I just would have thought that maybe, Now,
wait, so how long is this going to take?
Like the next day or the day after?
Yeah.
Oh, God, really? Okay.
Maybe we should just take our crossbows.
I think
just go Clutie hunting tonight.
I would say Bandana Jack as a trucker realizes the distance to even the nearest remotely large town. Like, if you look at the map of where you currently are,
no, dude, no way, fuck that. You can get liquid nitrogen all over the place. There's all kinds of way stations and stuff where you can get this stuff. So I'm disappointed. I bet you he could get that. I mean, where are we? We're
literally in the middle of nowhere.
Northeastern coast of Canada, essentially.
Come on, listen. They got liquid nitrogen in freaking Nova Scotia, man.
Do you know how far a drive Nova Scotia is for you? It's really far.
No, not northeastern Canada. That is Nova Scotia.
That's like saying, look, guys, Tampa has a lot of shit in it, so it's not that long to get to New York in a fucking truck.
No. Nova Scotia is pretty high up.
All right. Well, regardless, it's not going to be here anytime soon. So, what do you guys want to do? I mean,
okay, maybe we should fuck with this thing a little bit. Let's think here. Okay, we want to freeze it. That's common. We destroyed it once; it reconstituted itself. So if we happen to destroy it again, even if we fuck up, it'll reconstitute itself. But maybe there's a plan B we can try in the meantime.
Well, I mean, I feel like having old Hamish like kill himself.
Well, no, that's
it's not like a really good option, right?
That's like a plan, like R. Like we're not gonna do that.
Right, but that would be easier than evacuating an entire town. But like these people live, like Mrs. Garrison makes her like her living here, like she owns the bed and breakfast. Like if we're like, oh hey, Edward, you got to call in like a fucking gas line is gonna explode. You all have to like leave forever because there's toxic waste and shit.
No, I mean that's not
gonna
work.
do?
No, that would be harmful. How about? How else? Let's think for a moment. How else can we freeze the fucker?
Well, I mean, it's not like we could throw ice cubes at it. I mean, like.
By the way, you're in like a northern enough Canadian region that like it gets to be -20, and that's apparently still not enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, would it even come out when it's that cold?
Well, yeah, what time of year is this that we're there?
We're like going into, I think it's like October.
Yeah.
So it won't be that cold yet if it's that time of year.
I mean, well, we don't know, right? Like it's been out and active now. It may go away, quote unquote, go away in the winter, but that doesn't solve the problem.
What if we evaporated it?
Like heat the fucker up?
Yeah. Because that would serve the same purpose. I mean, like we either freeze it or we contain it and we fucking evaporate the motherfucker.
Maybe he's like, so dump gasoline on it? But
no. I mean, it would have to be like a flash heat in some way. Let's explore this for a second. I kind of like this.
Well, but if we burned it, right? Like, wouldn't it just like condense when it got out of the flame and then just recoalesce? Like, I mean, you're just changing its nature. It's going from liquid to mist, and then it's gonna.
Yeah, but the same thing. Like, if we could contain it in some way, I'm hypothesizing here. We contain it in some way. Like, imagine if there was like a giant bubble of plastic wrap or something. That we dropped on it in some fashion, and it wouldn't have to be a flash thing. It could be a slow process. We could like boil, or
like
we could we could like raise the heat in some way. Gradually, it wouldn't have to be all at once. I mean, to freeze it, it's got to be flash, because he's gonna get away. I would think, unless well, I guess it wouldn't have to. If he was contained in some way, we could take our time to freeze it, I suppose, but. If it was contained in some way, maybe we could evaporate the fucker. How could we do that hypothetically?
I don't know. Like I feel like if we burn it, it's just going to evaporate and come back.
No, but it would be contained. It would be contained.
Wow, I don't know what we could put it in that would seal like that. Randy, what would Wolverine do?
Wolverine would just try to fucking destroy it, and I don't know. In this case, with a Clutie, he'd probably just try to, rip it to shreds. But of course, that doesn't. This science doesn't work. This science does not work in this, so we can't use Wolverine as a option.
Also, because your GM is a fucking asshole, and I looked it up. The closest fucking place you could get liquid nitrogen, FYI, in Canada is Saguenay, Canada, near Quebec City. That's 25 hours drive from you. FYI, straight up.
I don't think the internet's up to date enough on that.
If you would like me to penalize all of your characters for arguing with facts, I don't want to hear this fake news bullshit on my podcast that I'm running the game. No fake news, real news, Saguenay. I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sure. It's probably Quebecois. It's in Quebec. How do you pronounce that? It's on Rue de Actionnaire. That's right. It's on the Actionnaire Street, guys.
Hey, Erin is not arguing at all.
It is the closest is 25 fucking hours from where you physically sit at present, and it's an Air Gas Corporation location. That's right, I looked it up.
But there's no liquid nitrogen in like Maine or something?
Yeah, no one uses liquid nitrogen, buddy. Nobody.
It's already cold in Maine. They don't need it.
Maine? Okay.
Wait, in Maine, that's further. I thought you meant like a gas main.
No.
Like, there's just liquid nitrogen pipes to everything, right? No, in Maine, the state, that's so much farther.
Well, where are we exactly in Canada?
You're in Mary's Harbor, which is like in fucking bumfuck nowhere. Apologies to anyone Mary's Harbor.
Is that like by Greenland or something like that?
Yeah. It's like all the way on the edge. It's technically Newfoundland and Labrador, but not Newfoundland the island. Newfoundland the like main body location, all the way over in the sea. You can't get there fast. And Nova Scotia's even further. And I searched the island of Newfoundland, and there is not an air gas supply station there.
This podcast is a dumpster fire tonight.
Guys, I'm just telling you, you can't argue with your GM when he knows how far it's going to take to get liquid nitrogen to you. I didn't even have to look it up. And then I did, and I was proved right. Guess what? Fake news. You can get liquid nitrogen in Mary's Harbor in under 24 hours. That's fake news. Eat that, Trump.
All right. So, Jack, what if you gave it the fucking banana hammer?
When that would destroy it physically.
Would it come back?
Yeah, well, just like when we hit it with a truck. I mean, the bandana hammer is essentially like hitting something with a truck. Okay,
I believe it.
So it's the same thing will happen again.
Shit. Well,
what I'm thinking is, if there was we're on the beach, right?
Yeah.
What if? I don't know. I'm thinking. What if this boil in a bag, right? Imagine we have a gigantic boil in a bag dinner. That's what we could turn this thing into.
What is happening? I don't even know what that is. What is that?
You never. Okay, boil in the bag. You put stuff in a plastic bag and you boil it and you cook the dinner in the bag. So, what if?
How does that get rid of a water creature?
No, hold on. We seal it. Okay, let's say there's some sort of like a plastic kind of a impermeable substance where water's not going to get through, right? Like a whole shitload of saran wrap, but like in a where it's impermeable, like a big plastic bag, giant bag. We set that under the sand and we make it like a snare, where when we pull the whatever trigger we create, it scoops the thing up, comes from underneath it, scoops it up, seals somehow. Again, I don't know if this is even possible to create, but just it's a thought experiment. Seals it, right? And at that point, we essentially we boil it. We put it in, and we have some big boiling thing of water, and we somehow lower it into that boiling water, and we evaporate the fuck out of it.
But if it's sealed in the bag, it won't evaporate. All the moisture is going to stay in the bag.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, wait, I guess it wouldn't matter. You're right, because he'd be sealed in the bag anyway. Oh, but maybe that would be a better way. Hold on, maybe that would be a better way anyway to get it into the fucking nitrogen truck, because we wouldn't have to risk anybody standing in the fucking nitrogen truck, right? What if we somehow sealed it up so it couldn't get out of the plastic, and then we transported that into the truck and it froze?
Like,
So then
like a giant Ziploc bag?
Yes, exactly. It would be like double sealed.
But did they make giant people-sized Ziploc bags? Like, you're thinking out of the box. I love it, but
no,
they definitely don't. But if you could engineer something, sure.
No. We have to think about it. I mean, they're going to make giant sheets of like Saran wrap style plastic and shit. So I mean, we could find something like that, you know. But we'd have to figure out how can we get the thing inside it and seal it enough so it's not going to leak out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's possible, but I'm saying, you know, we were thinking one of us has to sit in the truck and like lure the thing in. I mean, that's dangerous, right? If we could like hermetically seal the thing in a plastic where the water's not going to come out, we could then transport it into the thing, into the truck. It freezes and we don't risk ourselves, you know, sitting in the fucking truck.
Yeah, I'm wondering what we could like put. Like, we don't know if it.
Because we got 2 days here now, right? So we can think of something.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't know if it could like stretch, right? Like fucking like Plastic Man or whatever, right, Randy? Like, if it like shoot its fucking arms out.
Yeah, if we seal it up, it ain't gonna do that.
I wonder if we can get maybe like a flamethrower, like we could get that. So then, like,
but the heat
is. Well, the thing is, though, it you know, maybe if we get it hot enough, maybe it wouldn't evaporate. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw. I'm throwing rocks. I'm throwing rocks at a wall. Hey, you were talking about Ziploc bagging it. So you know what? My flamethrower idea is
that's like saying if we get it cold enough, maybe it won't freeze. It's like
we're the worst investigators on the planet.
I feel like you're dancing around some interesting ideas that there's got to be an easier way to do. But
can we just tell Edward that we're sorry for all the casualties that are about to happen in the next few days, and then just fucking be done with it?
No, I think we can hermetically seal it in some way in a plastic substance.
I'm sorry, but how are you trained in hermetically sealing stuff? Because I'm not.
No, but like, listen, imagine a giant Tupperware. Again, these are thought experiments. I'm saying we should be able to fashion something.
Like a giant fish tank or something, right? But it'd have to be made out of plastic, so it wasn't so heavy, right? Because a big glass fish tank would be like 1 billion pounds.
No, something that we could. I'm envisioning a plastic, like a giant plastic bag. Because the water ain't going to get through it. Yet we could spring it around it, and you know, and cover it.
Well, but all right. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like this is just as risky as somebody running into the back of the semi, right? Because somebody's got to get like right next to it to throw a bag on it.
No. We're on a beach. We cover it in sand. It's like a you know,
like a
cartoon
trap.
Yeah. No, not even like something that it triggers, and then it comes up around it, almost like if you're hunting, like in the cartoons when you're hunting, you know, and a rabbit does something and like it springs up around it and like you know, snares it, that kind of a thing.
What do you think would happen if we threw a blanket on it? Right, so like it couldn't see.
Well, it would soak into the blanket.
Do you think so?
It's made of water, yeah.
I mean, we didn't like try to like touch it or anything. I mean, I wonder if we punched it, what would happen? Like, I mean, obviously punching it's not gonna like kill it or knock it out or anything, but I wonder like how it manifests itself, right? Because if people had holes in them and shit. So it can physically interact, right?
But it would soak into the blanket. Pardon me.
I mean, it might. Yeah. I mean, again, you're talking thought experiments. So I'm just wondering, like, if we cover it and it can't see anything.
I almost imagine that it it must have the ability, if it wants to dissolve itself, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
If it can form itself, you would imagine if it feels threatened, that it would somehow be able to, disassemble itself in some way, maybe into droplets or into. I'm just hypothesizing here.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
The thing is, if it tried to do that when it's in a giant plastic bag, it's not going to matter because it's not going to go anywhere. And then we just have to haul it into the truck in some way, and it's done. It's frozen.
Yeah, but we don't have the truck yet. Like, that's the problem.
Well, no, but if it's in a bag, again, we could do this. Like, literally, I'm not saying we have the materials, but if we figured out a way to do this, we could seal it up in a bag tonight, and it's not going anywhere, right?
Do you think it'd try to struggle to get out? Like if we got say we got a giant piece of neoprene, right? Like you said, and we get it, and we hook the corners up, and it comes walking along, and we fucking yank on a rope, and it scoops it up, and it's holding it up. Like, wouldn't it like climb out? I mean, or maybe it could make itself evaporate. Like, we don't know.
Well, no, but we'd have to. That's what I mean. We have to figure out some way to seal it in so there's no crevasses in the thing for it to come out.
I don't know how we would be able to do that, though.
I'm saying, well, listen, I mean, we have time to think, so that's why I'm suggesting we think about it.
Can everyone roll an idea check? Just by the way, just roll a percentile, or if you're rolling a d6, just give me a d6 and tell me what you roll.
I'm not getting more dice. I'll give you a d6.
I'm rolling.
At a 4.
I got a 5.
I got a 64.
Okay. Erin, thinking about it. So Erin remembers, regardless of what happened when you hit it with the truck, the thing had hook hands to start. So there's that. Jack, while thinking about the plan, thinks, well, there are things that hold water in an airtight container that are large, if you had them, that are not Ziploc bags, for instance. Like, I'm gonna this is an absurd example because there's no way you're gonna get this. Well, it's actually not that impossible, but the bladders that line oil tankers so there aren't oil spills, for instance, are watertight, really thick. But again, hooks for hands. So when you're thinking plastic wrap, think about a murderer with a hook hand trying to get out of saran wrap. There's that. And Randy is thinking, well, we've done some research. You've seen a lot of things, but you haven't done a ton of research on a ton of, you haven't asked very specific questions. You've asked what it is and what it does, but you didn't really like when you're bouncing these ideas, you're not bouncing them off lore of any kind, which you have found some lore. But if you're just looking for general stuff, it's like if you look up Pegasus or if you looked up Smog from Lord of the Rings, and it's it's a dragon and it has a horde and it does this and it does this, but you weren't unless you really were searching, it's oh, he got shot by the one missing scale in his underbelly. You didn't look that up. That is a very specific piece of information that you have not particularly looked for. Not that I'm saying there's some one weakness. I'm just saying if you're wondering things does it just turn to liquid if it wants to, or does it do this? You haven't really looked or asked anyone about that. You're just going off the T2 style thing after you hit it with a truck, which is a semi-violent end. at best. So those things dawn on you.
So Aaron just looks at Jack and he's like, and he holds up like 2 hooked index fingers and he's like, claws. He's got claws, man.
Okay, so this thing wasn't like a water creature. It just turned into water when we hit it, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
It was like a
yep.
It was like okay.
Yeah, like remember it had like fucking weeds and like fucking seaweed and shit all over it. Looked like Cousin It.
Yep. It's like seaweed Cousin It with hook hands. That's an absolutely legitimate description.
Okay. Well, if we got something stronger, again, I'm still thinking of the boil in a bag analogy. It could be in a a plastic style, a hard plastic thing, or a Pyrex kind of thing, which would be heavy.
Maybe Mrs. Garrison has a human body.
She might.
She's got a lot of skillets. Randy, what about that lady Branwyn? Is that what it was? The woman from the internet. Do you think she might know? Like, do you think like you want to try to contact her again and see like if there's any other like weird shit? Like would she know if it could turn itself into a puddle or whatever? You think?
Hey, well, I guess it's worth a shot at this point. We're just kind of grasping for straws. So, I could try. I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess.
I mean, we could always talk to Old Man Hamish, too. I mean, he might know maybe a little bit more.
I don't know. If we keep talking to him, I feel like he's just going to just run out there and sacrifice himself without asking anymore.
I mean, fuck. I really don't want to see that happen. Like, it would be super easy, right? But that seems like some pretty bad juju, though.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's just a myth. Well, yeah. I mean, come on. He seems like he's in love more with her than I am with her hot dish, man. Oof. But I
can't even believe you're still awake right now.
Hey, I tell you. Speaking of cast iron, right here, baby. Cast iron stomach. That's me. Hey, when you eat McDonald's for most of your life and haven't, lost a limb, something's going right. So,
what is there? Is there anything that we could get locally that would be, and again, forget heating it. If we could even seal it in something. Imagine we had a hard plastic telephone booth. I'm not saying that exists, but that we buried, and the thing falls into it, and we can somehow, as soon as it falls into it, seal it from the top. And the thing we seal it has like something we can hook, like with a crane. We could then lift it into the truck. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we don't have a crane or a plastic material that's insoluble to like.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, we should just wait for the truck. If we're gonna do something tonight, I mean, we got to do something that we can do locally now. If we're gonna use the crossbows, let's use the crossbows. If we're gonna do something else, we're gonna have to use what's local right now because. If we decide to do something that's something we have to either train for or learn or whatever, it's going to take a while. So why don't you guys brainstorm a little bit? I'm just going to go on the computer here. I'm going to try to send an email out to what's her face. And then I'm going to see if we can't get any more clues into maybe if there's, a plan E, something that we can do that maybe would actually be better than these options that we have, and I think Jack, I think your idea with the truck, I think that's our best idea. And I think doing trying to think about it, like we can go out these next couple of nights if this truck does not show up and do what we can. If we have to face it and, try to, somehow, get rid of it for a night, whether we shoot it in the face with a bolt or if we, do something. It's at least it's out of our hair for another night, or it hasn't killed anybody for another night.
You're absolutely right, Randy.
So
while you're doing that, you want us to go talk to old Hamish or no? He's probably at the pub already.
Well, you know what? How about this? How about you go talk to Hamish as a precaution to make sure that he's not doing something stupid?
Yeah, let's convince him that we have this under control. We're going to try these things that we think are going to work, so that he doesn't, do something rash.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Okay, but before we do that, one other little brainstorm here. Since we have the crossbows, is there anything that reacts with water? And again, this is totally out of left field, but like, is there something like a phosphorus that, like, if we could somehow like light on the end of the crossbows and then shoot it into it, that would like react with water chemically?
Well, cesium would, but again, like, even if we contact Edward, because we can't get that.
Yeah.
If we got to send him a postcard, it could be another like, oh, we can only get it from this like 4 places in the U.S., so it's going to be like a week before we could get it.
Well, how much cesium would we, like, in other words, is there something we can like dip? Is there some kind of chemical we like that would be so reactive with water we could just like dip the fucking thing into it, like, the tip of the arrow, so that we wouldn't need a whole bunch? Like, he could maybe just send us like a packet of it.
Man, I don't know. I don't think so. I think you need more than a little, what you could put on an arrow. Like, I know it reacts pretty violently. Like, we saw that shit in high school, but I think you'd need quite a bit. Like, it's a man-sized creature. Like, that's a lot of fucking water.
Yeah.
I guess I would encourage people to think about the precipitation cycle and what happens, like the water cycle in nature. So when water evaporates, what happens to it? It doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
It gets recycled. It would fall as rain or condense on something.
Mm-hmm.
So evaporation is not going to solve the problem. It's but
it would be a temporary, like, for tonight, would think. My issue is,
you can hit it with a truck again. I mean, that worked.
My issue is with the experiment with the crossbows. Perhaps kind of what I'm thinking now is, and I don't know why I didn't think about this before, I have a feeling that maybe the arrow just goes right through it and like nothing happens,
Well, maybe. I mean, the hope was that maybe it would pop, but again, we don't have any experience with these things, so we don't, we don't know.
What? Fuck it. Let's just try it. If it doesn't work, and we run away screaming. I don't know.
I mean, I guess the other thing I'm questioning is, why do you need, like, theoretically, if you had something to contain it, why do you have to do something with it immediately, depending on how strong that thing is? Like, for instance, let's say you had it in a watertight Nalgene steel drinking water bottle. That doesn't, obviously, there's not a man-sized one of those. Why would you need to put it in the freezing truck right away? I mean, you could for long term or whatever, but if it's sealed in something, it's sealed in there. It has hooks and it's a physical thing, but there are things I'm sure you could potentially acquire or figure out a way to do something with that. You don't necessarily need to freeze it in that case. You all passed your idea check. So, like, that's a great plan in the long term, but in the short term, until that truck arrives, what would it take to just trap it could be another idea.
Right. We're fucking stupid.
I mean, it doesn't, so far as you've seen, it doesn't have, like, laser eyes or fly.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, it's a physical thing, but,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Claw hammer, what could you get out of or not, is essentially what you would be thinking about.
That's kind of what I was thinking about with saying, like, the phone booth. If you had like plastic phone booth type of thing with a hook on the top. You know what I mean? Like we'd have to get it into the truck, but we could just seal it up into something before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my thing is like you wouldn't need the crane and the hook right away if it was.
Yeah.
Well, see, like, so my thought as Erin is that, like, because now that you say that, I would suggest that we lure it into the refrigerated truck that we have already. It's parked over by the general store. We could, again, have somebody would have to lure it in, close the fucking doors, and walk away. But my thought as Erin up to this point is, if we get it in that truck, I don't know that a refrigerated truck is necessarily sealed so that it's watertight, although it may be, because if they have stuff that's, liquid or spoils or whatever, it may be sealable, although you've got cracks in the back door. But if it can liquefy itself like into a puddle, it's going to get away, right?
Yeah, I'm concerned if we get it in the transportation device like a truck, it's got to be frozen. Because but there's got to be something where it is watertight that we could trap it in.
Well, so I mean, do you think we could like just lower it into the refrigerated truck? I mean, we could watch it, right, to see like if it drips out the door, and then maybe it runs away again because we fuck with it. I mean, just like last time. But if it stays in there,
well, let's think. What would be locally available that could trap like a person?
I mean, like watertight? I can't think of anything. We need something really big, and I feel like there's like what
about even like an oil drum, but like bigger.
Well, you could probably stick a body in a 50-gallon drum, right?
That's kind of but it would be struggling. It's not like we're throwing like a dead, body in there or something. So it would have to be something that. Oh, what about a dumpster?
I don't think a dumpster is watertight though.
That doesn't seal from the top, probably, right? Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a couple ideas, but I don't want to give them to you. I feel like that's cheating, but there's a couple things I could think of. Some of them might be a stretch, but some of them are also not that big of a stretch. But
I mean, like, we're in bumblefuck Canada. Like, there's a general store.
Okay, let's think. But listen, we're in a fishing town, so let's think fish for a second. Okay.
Nets?
Is there anything? Fish? No, not nets. Is there anything that has to do with fishing that could do this?
I mean, maybe if there's a boat that has like Deadliest Catch, right? So they have like the holding tanks in the boat, right? So like if we could get a boat that has a holding tank and we could like push it in, which doesn't seem feasible, but if there's some way we could lower it into the holding tank of a boat, but then like is the fucking captain is now part of the conspiracy because he's not getting his fucking boat back.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah,
right. That doesn't
think about that. It's a great plan, though. They do have watertight, very deep for like keeping the stuff live. That they do have those. You don't have to get them in. You could just steal it.
Well, I was just going to say that.
One shot at stealing that and having it work, because if it doesn't work the first time, he's probably going to find that boat the next time he's looking for it. So,
and we don't know how to drive I don't know how to drive a boat. So clearly, Erin is not stealing and taking a boat like around the Horn of fucking Canada back to the East Coast. And besides, it's got to get to Ohio anyway, so like it's not really helpful.
Yeah, you can always deal with that when you have more time. I feel like your guy's thought right now is the time pressure, like don't let more people die.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had it trapped, Edward, you could be like, we need some fucking logistics. Can you at some point you just fucking dock in the middle of nowhere and he could just bring a liquid nitrogen truck and just fucking pump it straight in if you really wanted. And then the boat, they take it out. So that's theoretically possible. it's not that would be the problem. The problem is none of you are sailors and know how to sail a boat to anywhere.
Oh, we
outside of like the harbor, maybe, but
they must all have autopilot by now.
Also, how do you get it onto the boat? Because
you just kite it, right? I mean, you make some noise, it follows you. You stop, you wait for it, it follows you some more, like we did the other night. I mean, it was going after the bartender,
and got to be docked, and you have to have it follow you, and you have to get it in there, and no one notices you, and then you somehow drive that boat somewhere.
Yeah, not a great plan.
Possible, but you know.
Oh, are there any big storage containers? Like the stuff they ship on the fucking Chinese boats.
Again, not watertight. It's just the end of a semi trailer. Like it's just a shipping container.
Okay, let's think what would be watertight here.
I think we lock it in the fucking truck, man. Like I think that's the best bet. Well, but
the truck's not watertight.
But I know, but if we get it in there and it can't turn itself into water, right? And we don't know, maybe Randy could find out. But if it can't turn itself into water, then it's stuck in the truck. I mean, we can just fucking drive home. Like, done and done.
Okay. I suppose you're right. I guess we're like operating under this pretense that
you guys keep discussing
water, right?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the best thing would be to be able to freeze it right away and have all that stuff at our fingertips. But we don't have it. And maybe that trick only works once, right? So, like, if we lower it into the back of the truck, I don't know that we get it into the other truck to give it to liquid nitrogen, right?
You were heavily breaking up there, man. I couldn't hear a lot of what you said.
Oh, is this okay?
Yeah, you're good now.
If we lure it into the truck that we have, and it doesn't get out, then we're good. We go home. If it gets out, well, then maybe we've prevented an attack for tonight. If it stays in that truck, I think we have to take that truck home with the thing in it, because I don't think we can get it out of that truck and then lure it into another truck to hit it with liquid nitrogen. Like, maybe they're smart, maybe they're not, but I have a
feeling if the nitrogen is en route, that's the safest bet, because then we know that it's frozen.
Yeah. I mean, we've got to deal with what we've got now. So if
it's in the truck that we have now.
I think we give it a shot, right? Like, it's either going to work or it's not going to work. I mean, we could do this all night long because, thought experiments and whatever aside, like we've got to work with what we've got.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess, like I said, maybe it doesn't just turn into water if it wants to. Maybe it can't.
Right. And maybe Randy could find out. Like, maybe that woman knows.
There you go.
Or maybe she could steer him in another direction. I don't know. I mean, we already owe them a favor, so in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Here's a thought experiment. You put a Clutie in a box. At the same time, that Clutie is both dead and alive. It's Schrodinger's Clutie. It's both water and not water until you observe whether it's water or not water.
Oh, shit, that's good.
Your mind is blown. Somehow you all smoked a bunch of weed before you continue your adventure.
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat is all great, except it's going to start to stink because it's going to actually be dead in this fucking reality. So
eventually.
All right, so Randy, you want to try to contact her, and then we'll. I mean, I guess we have to wait till tonight. I mean, we could always go talk to old Hamish too.
Yeah, I already sent it out. I mean, you guys have been talking for a long time, so it's already been done.
Oh, cool.
What did you ask? Like, what did you ask her?
I basically sent an email and said that we're having trouble with this monster, and I said I put Clutie. I'm sure she knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I said I feel like we're running out of options on what we need to do. So, are there some other ways? Are there, what do you know of, any ways of getting rid of this thing besides? Now, when we found out about how to get rid of them, we talked to this lady, right?
For the ritual where someone sacrifices themselves, the getting rid of the town, I believe Edward did research and figured that out for you, and said you could basically evacuate, because if there's no people there for it to whatever co-feel, it would feel well. One, it doesn't matter because there's no one there to get killed. But two, maybe it goes away, but no one actually knows from history.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I just tell her, are there, any rituals, or are there any other things besides what we know already, that we can do to get rid of this thing? Because we feel like we're out of options besides the sacrificing a person and trying to fake a whole thing to get rid of a whole community.
Well, you also asked her if it can spontaneously turn into water droplets too, right?
Yeah. I would probably ask about what are some of the tales of people trying to get rid of it, and what because there's got to be something where someone has tried to vanquish the beast, and what has happened.
Okay. I'm going to assume it takes at least a little while. Are you just going to hang out? I'm not saying it's taking all night or anything.
Yeah.
But,
I thought that those guys were going to go. I thought those guys were going to go check out Hamish while I just waited for this response.
Okay.
So did you just wander away while we were endlessly debating?
Yes, I was just kind of shook my head and was like, I'm going to go sit on a nice comfy couch and I'm going to start typing away and see what I can do, because I feel like I'm just screaming at a wall, which is, I'm not trying to be, rude or anything, but it's just it just feels frustrating because we, this last few things that we've done, it hasn't been the easiest, but we haven't run into this kind of wall. And now I'm just I feel like we're out of options, so I'm trying to do the best I can.
Definitely eating your leftovers.
Oh, fucking asshole!
You guys are. In the morning, you're going to be eating fucking waffles.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Erin's going to be so pissed. All right, so I guess we wander over then to the pub to see whether or not Old Hamish is there yet or not.
Okay.
Or if they're even open. Do they open at well, we probably slept in, right? It was a hard night.
Yeah, I mean, you also debated a while. It's not evening yet, but
it's gotta be 3:00 in the fucking afternoon by now, though.
You think it's that late?
If it's him, he's probably there as soon as it opens, probably.
I mean, I figure it's probably I don't know. Yeah, the latest I was gonna say was maybe 2, but you could say 3 also. I mean, you can hand wave that, yeah.
I was going to say 1, but whatever.
1 is also acceptable. I would have said somewhere after lunchtime. You ate brunch, roughly, talked, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's probably there now, I assume.
Yeah, we'll say he's there. Although, when you come in, he's not at the, fireplace. Comfortable sitting. He's actually at the bar and bullshitting with whoever will listen at lunch crowd, guys on their lunch break, women on it. He's kind of he basically just, he's the old guy, tells stories, does this thing. So he's at the bar and you see him kind of just chit chatting with someone. It's yeah. Heard that story. Yeah, I've heard that story. I've lived here all my life. you've been here all my life. I've heard that story of, World War or, whatever, the Korean War or whatever at this point, maybe World War II, but that's a stretch. That'd make him really fucking old.
Well, he was like 96. He's old as fuck.
Oh, then he definitely could have been at World War II. So he's telling World War II stories about how, fucking Krauts and this and blah, and I fucking killed this many, and we took this town, and we liberated all these people, and he's just doing his thing.
Okay, so they go in, and Aaron just kind of he's taking it in from the door because he's not in his normal spot, and he's kind of overhearing little bits and pieces of the conversation, and the people are rolling their eyes, and guys oh yeah, I'm done, yeah, fucking go back to work, clearly just started his lunch break 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so, you see him eating pretty fast. He's oh, I gotta get back, they're gonna yell at me, and the bartender's kind of what am I gonna do? I can't kick him out. You can't say anything. He's an old guy. He does what he does. So
when that guy gets up, I kind of I tap Jack, and I'm kind of chin over to the bar, and I'm let's grab those seats. So sit down at the bar, thinks about ordering a beer. He's he's I Coke and one for Hamish. Whatever Hamish is drinking. Not a Coke. I assume it's not a Coke.
Coke. What are you talking about? Fucking Coke. It'll be a Guinness. It'll be another Guinness. And it'll be another Guinness.
Aaron nods, and he's yeah, that makes sense. I heard your story about World War II. I didn't realize that many people from Scotland fought in the war. Were you here at the time, or were you still in the old country?
Well, in the UK, yeah. I mean, all of us were. We were all conscripted at that point. There's too much fighting. Too many of them fucking Krauts.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. They always say England. I always think of, England and London and shit. I, forget that it's all part of the same.
We're still part of the crown. I mean, there was that whole thing. There was that movie you guys had. I'm Mel Gibson. I paint my face blue and swing this big sword. But that didn't amount to much. I mean, we're still part of the UK, and I'm proud member of the armed forces, and we did our fair share. We did our fair share against the ultimate evil, the worst of them, Hitler. And I assume you've come back to have me take up the role again. I guess I'm gonna have to save the day again.
That is honorable, and we appreciate your sacrifice. That you've already. We don't want to have to see you do that again. We think
I sacrificed a lot of Germans. If you get my drift, not honorable. I shot them. In battle. Shot them.
Well, that's what you gotta do.
I shot them.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to go out as a hero.
We came here explicitly to tell you that we're going to freeze the fuck out of this thing. And you do not have to sacrifice yourself. Nobody here has to leave. We have a plan that's guaranteed to work. We're going to freeze the fuck out of them.
Well, that didn't make any sense. This is Canada. It's fucking cold. That thing would have froze. It's freezing all the time. Fucking froze my balls off. Well, not really, but it could have frozen my balls off. It's frozen. If it's gonna freeze, it's frozen.
We're talking chemically frozen. We're talking
What's that? What's that? What you're talking about?
We're talking negative 350 fucking degrees fucking frozen.
Okay, well, it doesn't get that cold, but
that's right.
Are you sure this is gonna work? Because, like I said, all the legends. I mean, that's the legends. Why don't we could just go with the legends? Just go with what works. Go with the old people.
Yeah, well, all the old
people. They know what they're talking about.
All the old people are dead, and we're not going to have you end up like that either.
Well, I'm not dead, and I'm old, and I'm better. It's better to go out swinging, you know.
Well, yeah, totally. But we think we have it sorted. We're going to table that for now, right? Like we're going to couple Guinness, right?
Okay,
Is there anything?
If you want to get a table, we can.
No, we can stay here. It's fine.
All right, we'll stay here. I like the bar. It's fine.
It's different, right? It's a little bit different perspective.
Well, I mean, a fireplace is cozy in the evening. Otherwise, I like to chit chat. I like to socialize. Anyway, so what you're saying is, so you're gonna freeze this thing with a chemical, some kind of newfangled contraption. How's that work?
Well, so we're gonna have a tanker truck brought up, or like another semi truck, and we're gonna pump it full of liquid nitrogen after we lure it in, and then
what?
It's a really cold liquid.
Okay. Like super ice.
Like like. I don't know if you remember from school, like they put the rubber ball in the pot, and it's got a little smoke coming out, and then when they take it out, they smash it on the floor. It's liquid nitrogen they put in.
I never saw that. In school, we mostly just got beat.
Well, different times.
And we learned about math, I guess, but so much for that, I never really used it.
Right. Well, but is there anything else that you know about the Clutie? Like, is there any other like weird bits of lore, or maybe other than going out like a soldier, or like everybody just
if you're going fishing, just ask me, what do you want to know? I don't know. I've told you. I don't know. I thought I told you everything. I don't know.
Okay, well, we just wanted to double check, right? We wanted to cover all the bases.
It has hooks. It eats your soul or whatever it does to hurt people. That's why they are like dead, but they're not dead. Like it doesn't look like they're dead. Well, I mean, it's like that nothing killed them, but it was like because it takes it takes their life. This is a whole bunch of when in my day we called it a bunch of hippie bullshit. Basically, it kills people. And
can it turn itself into water when it wants to?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, when it wants to? Oh, I don't know. None of the no. I guess I'd say no. It's not like anyone's ever told a story of like a Clutie getting scared and just turn into water. But I would say if it's in mortal danger, maybe.
But like we hit it with the truck the other night, and it fucking blew it up. But then all the water started to congeal and coalesce, and then like kind of go away.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to do an experiment, son, I'll drive a truck into you and we'll see if that's mortal danger for you. Because something tells me that's going to flatten your ass and blow your blood and parts all over the place. So, yeah, if you do that, it's probably going to turn into liquid. I don't know if you did something less than that. I don't know. I mean, you're talking about like what? Making a Clutie jail or something. I don't know. I don't know if it can just like water through. I don't know.
Hey, do you know like they only come out at night, right? So like if we were able to like capture it and then expose it to the sun, have you ever heard any stories like that? Would it like melt or like go like because like the sun burns it and like kills it?
And that sounds like a great moving picture, but I don't know. I mean, no one's ever done that. No one's ever captured a Clutie. I have heard every legend there is. There are no legends of that happening. None whatsoever. No one's ever captured one.
We're going to create our own legend right here because we're going to capture it.
Now, see here, I thought the legend was going to be Hamish conquers the Clutie by sacrificing himself, and you won't let me do it. You said you want to put it in some kind of goddamn. What do you want to put it in? Like a fucking fish tank?
We want to be drinking with Hamish, exchanging fun stories, not having Hamish sacrifice himself as a fucking Clutie.
Well, I appreciate it, but look, I only have so many stories, and this would be the ultimate. Do you know every man in my squad died? I was the only one left, so I didn't go out as I killed a lot of Germans, but I didn't go out as a hero like they did. Why not go out saving all the people of this town that listen to my stories? Come on.
Well,
instead, you're going to fucking put this thing in a fish tank? How's that work? No one's ever put a Clutie in a fish tank.
Give us a shot, right? Like Jack said, we want to be able to, fucking have some beers with you. And, Mrs. Garrison was saying some really nice things about you the other night when we were there.
What? No. What'd she say? What'd she say about
she said you were a nice guy and
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, she was obviously, with her husband, she couldn't, she was a married woman, and respect all that. But
that's that you're really down now. It's really making me sad. I don't.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is, she's single now. She's single now. She makes a great scramble.
Oh, I've heard about the scrambles. I've only had it once, but Jesus.
Oh, we had Randy, the other guy, the guy that's not here. He ate 3 of those things this morning.
No, he didn't.
I couldn't.
3.
No one's ever eaten 3 of her scrambles. That's impossible.
He got the recipe.
No.
Yeah.
No, that guy.
She fed him the recipe, and he ate. No, I can't even believe he's walking around. He's actually probably sleeping in the room now.
He should be careful. I think people would murder for that recipe. It's the greatest scramble in all of Canada.
See, maybe you should go over.
It's a secret. It's like if you had the best poutine, someone will murder you for that. They'll murder you for that scramble, and he's just walking around with it.
So here's our point. There's nothing glorious in sacrificing yourself to the fucking Clutie when you could be hanging out, eating scramble, hanging out with Mrs. Garrison, hanging out with us, drinking beer. We don't want to see any of that happen. So we're going to freeze this motherfucker.
Look, I'll tell you what. I like you boys. You guys, you really listen to my stories and you don't just play it. Look, I know some people play it off. Some people just think I'm some crazy old man ranting and raving. But I believe you believe me. And I'll take your word for it. I'll help. However you want me to help, I'll help you. And you don't even have to put in a good word for Mrs. Garrison. If you can, that's great. I'll take it. Because I'll tell you what. I'll eat her scramble any day. You get it? You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more than just the scramble. You get it.
I wouldn't lead with that, though.
I'm old, but I'm not dead.
I hear you.
Yet. But I'll help any way I can. And I will wish you luck, but you're going to owe me around if you can do this thing. But if you die, I'm going to sacrifice myself to save the rest of the town. That's the deal. Well, if you don't do it, I will.
Listen, the thing ain't going to kill all 3 of us. So it won't come to that.
No, that's the deal.
That's
if
fair.
That thing kills any of you, the next night I sacrifice myself. You give me. This is the deal. I don't sacrifice myself now. When whatever plan you have, you do your plan, and then if it didn't work, you give me the ritual, and I sacrifice myself to save the rest of you the next night. That's the deal.
That's fair. Shake.
I won't let any more of you die. Now, if you all die, I still will do it to save the town. But if only a few of you die, then I'm definitely avenging you by getting rid of this creature, sacrificing myself like my brothers did for me in the war.
Okay, sounds good.
That's fair.
Sounds good.
You don't seem like you believe me.
Erin,
this seems like this is not. You seem really dismissive.
Don't worry
old,
about him.
but I'm not dumb.
Don't worry about him. Erin like waves over the bartender. He gets 2 more Guinnesses, and he clinks his glass, and he says, "To sacrifices."
He cheers, downs the one of his, looks at her and goes, 2 more for me on him. I'm dying after all, probably. Mick. I don't know if I named the bartender, but hey, I'm dying. I'm going to sacrifice myself for everybody. Give me 2 more. It's on him. He said it's fine. Ask him. They love me.
Yeah, Erin nods to the guy. Be like, "Yep, give me 2 more."
He's like, look, you don't need that money if you die, but look, you don't need it. I'll get a couple drinks and then I'll say, I'll tell you, I'll sacrifice. In a letter, I'll write something nice about you. Don't worry, everyone will know you are real great. But I'm gonna save you all. I swear I'll save you all. Just let me do it. Let me do it.
Let us do the thing.
All right.
Yeah. It's fine. You know what? This is what you should probably do. Come over tonight, right? Because we're going to be out catching Clutie. Come over tonight. Maybe get a nice scramble. Have a nice dinner with Miss Garrison. I'll put in a word. It'll be good.
That's gonna be weird. She's gonna be like, "What are you doing here?" Maybe are you guys gonna be there? Like maybe you. Oh, here's an idea. Oh, this is a great idea. I got a wee bit of sense still. You invite me for dinner. I eat dinner with you before you go catching Cluties, and then I just happen to stick around for after dinner drinks.
There you see, always thinking. That's why we can't lose you.
I'm sharp as a goddamn tack, mister.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. Yes, we'll have. Oh, that's it. We'll have dinner. Then I'll say, maybe we should have some after dinner brandy. But you're all too tired. You got things to do. You're sleepy. Oh, you gotta go. You gotta do something else somewhere. You meet some people, and then I'll have that after dinner, and then I'm right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna say, Hamish, you're a man's man, and I want to hear them stories forever.
That works. But
I'm not looking for scramble. I'm just looking for, at that point, I'm just sowing the seeds.
That's a thing that could happen. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that seems weird. No, like sowing the seed, like teeing it up. That's a golf thing. Scots, they made golf,
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna. Yep, I will.
All right,
set that up.
All right, dinner. Not kill myself unless you die. Got it.
Right, that's the plan.
Okay, I'll see you at 7.
All right, and he just like claps him on the shoulder and like looks at Jack and like, and they head back over to the bed and breakfast to see what Randy found, and grab Mrs. Garrison for dinner guests.
Yeah, we see Mrs. Garrison, and we have to tell her that we invited him.
Yeah.
So how do we break it to her?
She mentioned something before, like we were talking before about it, and she said something about him, and I thought maybe there was a little bit of a spark, right? So I mean, we just, we'd tell her that we were talking old Hamish, and he was talking about the old days, and
let's do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Mr. Garrison, I hope you don't mind, but we ran into our friend again. We met him the other night, old Hamish, down at the bar.
Oh, yeah. You met old Hamish. I'm Oh, I know. He's a handful. I know.
But we got talking, and he has a lot of great stories. He sounded like almost like a war hero back in World War II, and
He tells everyone the story. Although I think it's true. I think he actually was a war hero. Sort of. I mean, he was at least in the war.
Well, we actually invited him back here to have dinner with us. I hope that's okay with you.
Oh, I, whatever guests you want he's your guest. I'm happy. I'm happy to set another place at
Well,
the table.
we hope that you'll join us.
Oh,
For dinner.
I couldn't possibly. I mean, that's a host. Hostess doesn't join her guests. I mean, I'm the hostess. I serve you.
I'm going to have to insist.
Well, I mean, if a handsome gentleman like you insists, I guess maybe I have to. You're the boss. You're the one staying.
Well, then it's all set. We told him around 7. I hope that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. Do you have something you prefer? Do you want me to make something in particular?
Anything that you make is going to be absolutely delicious.
Well, I guess since you're bringing a guest, I'll make it special. I do a pretty mean prime rib.
Oh, prime rib.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew you would love the prime rib. The prime rib. You seem like a gentleman who really appreciates the finer cuts and the finer preparations. It's very tender. I'll have to start right now.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, I'll run out. I'll get it. 1, 2. Okay. 5 places. There's still no one else. So I guess just the 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll be on my way.
Okay. Is Randy here still? Did he?
I think I heard him in his room.
Okay. Thank you. And she runs out, and then I shrug at Jack and like, well, I guess we'll see what happens. I head up to the room.
Yeah, Randy's there. I assume on the computer, doing whatever.
Randy, did you find anything? I don't know. Did I find anything?
Yes. Yeah, you got a response to that. Her answer is not. I mean, she's basically like. There's the banishment ritual. It does require a sacrifice, but that depends on how. That depends on how important it is for you to banish the thing. It will keep killing if there are people to kill. So if you're not willing to do that, I don't know of any rituals that I would have told you, obviously, if there's something else to do. As far as turning to water, we don't know. No one has provided any information on that. However, I believe it's unlikely if in peril, even if not injured, it would not revert to a state to escape. If you're suggesting containing it, I don't think you could contain it like you would a person. You would have to contain it as a person who could sweat themselves into a puddle and escape. I don't know if this helps. And if you want to go another round, I'll give you another round because they kind of like chatted a bunch. So you could definitely have other rounds of questions. That's what you get back from.
So basically, I turn to them and I go, "We're screwed." I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like,
fuck it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm all like, no, hold on. Rennie gets like this exasperated look on his face, like, so you win some, you lose some. I really am out of ideas.
And what did she say?
Well, she said basically what we already know. If we really want to get rid of this thing, we have to have a sacrifice.
God damn it. What?
If we could, try to figure out a way to get everyone out of this town, but I feel like that is a fucking stretch and that's never going to happen. And I don't want, and of course, obviously, I'm a human being with feelings, and I don't want to sacrifice a person, whether it be a drunk Irishman or not.
He's from Scotland.
Scotland. Sorry. He's just like so exasperated. He just walks out of the room. He's just like, eh.
Listen, guys, I'm still this is all great, but I'm still trying to think about what we could get at the fucking Home Depot that we can fucking hermetically seal this fucker in. Like, there's got to be something around here that is watertight, that he can fall into, and we seal it up. Gotta be something.
I mean, could we like glue big pieces of fucking plexiglass together?
Well, glue is not watertight though. He'll ooze out of that shit.
Epoxy. Caulk? I mean, you put it in your tub.
Give me another idea check.
6.
Four.
I'm not going to do the check because I'm done.
He left.
So I'm just mad. I'm in the other room. I'm in the kitchen. Let's say I'm in the kitchen area and I'm just like,
he's
making up
my
a sandwich
and scramble right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm eating your scramble and I'm just like, motherfucker,
sure,
son of a bitch, just.
Erin thinks about things for a second. Is unlikely that anyone here has either city water or city plumbing. Not necessarily an infrastructure that would be had here, which would mean you're either using an outhouse or on septic, which is a sealed system, and on wells or filled water bladders, essentially. Some wells are not, some people actually don't have wells. They actually basically have giant water tanks that they fill for their water routinely. I guess similar would be gas stations, but those are usually topped up and probably smaller holes to fill into. But there would also be equipment to maintain those sorts of things. So pumping equipment in the form of the size of large volumes of water and or wastewater.
When you say equipment, what do you mean exactly? Like we could suck this fucker up and put him in a tank, or?
If it was water.
I mean, it's theoretically water.
I mean, you probably can't put a hose on it in its physical form, but under the right circumstances, you could either lead it to a place that it would fall into, some sort of container that's, again, watertight and fairly large. Or you could find a way to do a similar type thing, except instead of directly having it fall, if it turns to water and you're able to contain that water to start, you could suck it into an extremely watertight container.
Like a water truck.
Yep. Or sewage truck.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't need long-term storage, even something like an above-ground pool holds water and could easily be vacuumed with a sewage vacuum, for instance, or some combination of some random combination of other type equipment. But many of those things exist, but don't just exist, but get used routinely in this type of area.
Right.
Yeah, but something. Here's the thing: we need something it's not going to climb out of. Like if it's a well or a pool, we can't seal the top of a swimming pool. You know what I mean?
But what if we like get like even like a fucking kiddie pool, right? Like if it steps into the kiddie pool, like we just immediately have that thing ready to fucking suck the thing up. Like even if we get 3/4 of it.
Yeah, I think Erin might be more into my suggestion of, if you can turn it to water and contain all of it, even a really big shop vac. They don't make a shop vac for a human-sized amount of water, but certainly a sewage pump holds. I mean, last time I checked, there isn't any shit splashing out of the things that suck up porta potty waste.
Yeah, man. Like Jack, you're a truck driver. Like, I'm sure you can figure out how to work the fucking pump on this thing, right? Like,
yeah, but what thing are you talking about?
Well, I mean, like if everybody's on septic and shit here, right? Like they got to have a truck that's gonna pump that stuff out, right? So like we just need to get one of those trucks, and then we could set up. We'll have to kite the thing again, and if we could get a big enough thing, like it must move a lot of fluid at one time. So like even if we get like a big kiddie pool, if we can lower it into the kiddie pool, like I think a well might be a stretch, right? Because it's going to be too deep for us to be able to.
But how do we turn? But how does it turn to water though?
I think when it steps in the water, I think it liquefies probably, right?
Ooh, that's a big if.
Well, but like, what else are we going to do? I mean, we've got to do something. And if that woman doesn't think that we can hold it in the truck, if we can suck it up, then I think that's going to
She did say, I remind you, if it's in mortal danger, it will turn to water.
So we could shoot it with the arrow. I mean, if it pops, it might just splat in one place. But if we can do that over a fucking tub of water or a pool, then we could, like, I don't know how many people are going to have, like, big swimming pools up here. It's freaking Canada. But, I mean, we could
That was an example.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other stuff.
But, like, people have dogs, right? And they get them, fucking pools, like little wading pools that they get in to cool off in the summer or whatever. Like, even up here, dogs got to get hot. So we just kite it to that spot. And then we have the crossbow as a backup. And then if we can lower it, like, right in, like, we could even have the hose sticking in the thing already. Like, it's not going to know.
I guess it comes down to then what kind of a thing do we lure it into?
I think we'd probably get like a kiddie pool at the general store, right? Like it might be out of season, but
a kiddie. I mean, a kiddie pool,
right? You just put some water at the bottom, right? So it's already like.
Well, okay, hold on. I don't care how unintelligent this thing is. Like, if there's like a lone kiddie pool sitting in the middle of the fucking beach, like the thing is not going to go into it. I mean,
But if it wants to suck your soul out, like, isn't it going to take the shortest distance between 2 points? Like, we don't know how smart it is.
If the thing had the brains of a fucking slug, I don't think it's gonna like go into a lone kiddie pool, sit in the middle of the beach without getting suspicious.
Like, my mom had a fucking squirrel. My mom's got one of those blow up pools in the backyard. What a fucking pain in the ass it was to set that thing up. Let me tell you, I should have had you come over to help. Anyway, she had this fucking blow up pool in the backyard because it's good for her joints or whatever. So she fucking sits out there in the summer. The fucking squirrel fell in the fucking thing. The squirrel's smart, right? The squirrel fell in the fucking water.
But this isn't a squirrel. This is the soul of a man, I guess, right?
You don't actually know that. It's not necessarily the soul of a person.
I mean, it sucks souls out, but it's like
a
hollow and dead.
It's a creature who wants human experience, but that's all.
So, like, maybe one of us could sit in the fucking pool and splash around and it wants the experience. Like, I don't... we have to do something. Like, if it comes out tonight, we have to do something. Like, I think this might be the best bet.
But, okay, so it goes in the pool, and then what?
We suck it up with the fucking hose right into the truck.
No, but it's still a solid thing.
Maybe.
We're just guessing that it touches water and it becomes water. I mean, that's not necessarily...
Yeah, but if it's in the ocean right now, it's in the water, and it's probably water, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's like Godzilla, it just lives under the water.
Well, so then we shoot it with the crossbow. If we can get it over the pool, maybe we get like 4 or 5 pools and we just put them all out. I mean, how fast can you work that hose? I don't know.
We got it. No. But also, here's the other. Like, how far... I mean, the truck's got to be fairly close. I mean, it's not like we got this mile-long hose.
Yeah, but it's not going to know what the truck is for.
Hey, listen, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah, does an ancient fairy tale creature know what a sump pump is?
Yeah,
probably not. I don't know.
I'm willing to try it.
But yeah, the question will be, I'll give you some on my thoughts. The question is, how are you going to make sure it's contained? And theoretically, yes, let's say it touches water. I don't know if you have seen it touch water and not turn to water, but I'm going to go ahead and say legend does not. There are legends of it coming out of the water. So just because it's touching water does not mean it is water at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you contain it? How would you get it to change to water? And then how are you going to suck that water up? And from what Randy found, it has to be in some sort of mortal peril, as in smashing it with a fucking truck, obviously, is one case, but there are less extreme cases. And then you surely couldn't hit it with a truck, because it would go everywhere. So what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And how are you containing it and being ready to then contain the thing if it does change to water? That would be the question.
Well, I think if all 3 of us attacked it at once with crossbows, if it was going to turn itself into water, that would be the time to do it.
Yeah, probably.
If it's getting hit with like 6 fucking arrows like at once from different directions, I mean, it's probably going to turn to water. But I just feel like we need something bigger than a fucking kiddie pool.
Well, I mean, it's only person-sized, right? I mean...
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like a Monty Python routine. Like, all of a sudden, you see this fucking kiddie pool. just sitting out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I just, you know.
I don't know. I think shooting with a crossbow is probably a good idea, right? Like if it's got to be
for multiple directions hit with crossbows, it's gonna panic. It's gotta.
I mean, we don't know like if it has to have all of its original fluid to turn back into the thing. So like what if we just got multiple big shop vacs? Like how many gallons of fluid are in a person?
It's a great question. I actually don't know. You could calculate it. Take the weight of a person and see what that is in the weight of water.
Divide by 8, right? I mean, a gallon of water is 8 pounds.
So I'm envisioning all of us attack it with crossbows from 3 different directions, and then we all rush at it with 3 different shop vacs.
I mean, that's never going to work unless you have an army of people. The question is, what container would you have it in? I don't think you're right. That's big enough to contain a person. And then if that person turns to water, it would contain that. And then you could suck it up. Would be my suggestion.
We could do it in a well then. Because if it was waterproof, we could shove the fucking, sewer hose down there and suck it up.
And by well, I don't actually mean like a groundwater well. There are many cases where people actually buy the water to put in their well. That is a thing.
But how would you get in a container like that, though? I mean, I can't imagine it's got a huge opening in it.
But, I mean, you could make some modifications. I don't know. I mean, the container, it's like pretty. I mean, it's not man-sized, but it sure as hell wouldn't be that hard to figure out a way to make it bigger if you really wanted. Theoretically. I mean, I'll hand wave that sort of stuff. I'm just trying to give you guys ideas that are not no, but are also like, well, that's a thing that exists. And also it's going to depend on you being able to like, let's say you found someone with a person, like a well that they refill that lets you modify it to allow a man-sized horrific entity to fall in. You're still going to have to get it to fall in. So there's still a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if that's the path you want to take, I think that's a path you could take. It may not happen this evening, but
it's clearly not.
By the time then, you'll probably have a liquid nitrogen, and then maybe you just want to do whatever else you want to do. But
yeah. All right. Do we want to table this for tonight? Because I know it's late for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Because I feel like we're still kind of going round and around.
I feel like this is everyone's favorite episode. Personally, I find it to be one of the most amusing episodes ever. I love it. I love all of the conversation about all of these ideas.
I think it's fun. Yeah,
a kiddie pool and shooting it with let's lure the monster to a kiddie pool and shoot it with collapsible crossbows. Might be the greatest RPG idea I've ever heard.
Yeah,
so,
it sounds like an idea from like Sharknado or something like that.
Exactly.
All right.
It's like the craziest thing possible. I love it.
Or you dig a big hole in the sand, you put it down like Brett was saying, you hide it in the sand, right? You put some fucking bubble wrap shit over it or whatever, and it just comes fucking walking up. You stand in front of the pool and it comes right to you. You pop with an arrow.
I mean, I wasn't arguing with the idea of like a fucking tarp that you would put down a giant tarp and like snare it and then fucking shoot it and make it water and suck it up. Well, that's fine. That could maybe work. I don't know how you're going to snare it. You're on the beach, but something like that. But yeah. I'm like, you have to have something watertight, but not expect it to immediately be water, basically.
Yeah. And then
I love the ideas.
100% of it, right? Like maybe but maybe like if you get
that, I'm not going to tell you. But yes, that's a good question. It's a very good question. Do you have to get every drop?
I would say yes. I would say yes.
Well, so like,
no, Brett, don't give him that idea.
he already knows.
We say we have to at least get 75%, and then we're good.
Yeah, like with fey creatures, you don't know. Like, can it make more of itself from a piece of itself, or like if we take 3/4 of it?
No, my
if it's not enough to.
My instinct is we have to get every fucking drop.
Well, that's optimal for sure.
Well, if that's the case, I'm grabbing Hamish or whatever, and I'm fucking handing him over. Like, here you go. I'm fucking.
Hey,
I have ideas. Fuck all this.
I gave you 2 really easy options: make everyone fucking leave, or let this guy sacrifice himself.
Yeah,
you're the ones that don't want to do those 2. So you have to come up with a really complicated plan. Other than that, it's very complicated.
They're not easy. If we're real people, we're not just handing somebody over to be like, hey, this old guy's gonna die. Come on now.
We're trying to set him up on a friggin' date here.
Yeah, we're good people, Neil. We're not with these people that are just like, oh, it's a Cthulhu game, so we'll just sacrifice whoever. Who cares?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to make hard decisions, guys.
I'm not Andrew or whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck that guy. I'm not making these stupid decisions
to get the villain or whatever. That's not actually what Keanu says in Speed. He shoots the hostage so they're not a factor and they don't actually die. But whatever, you get it. Sometimes you have to shoot the kid who is a fucking bomber, American Sniper style. I don't know. Is that what happened? Because I didn't.
He doesn't shoot him, but he's watching him through the scope and thinks that he's maybe going to do something, and then the kid runs away. So he doesn't actually shoot.
The kid doesn't blow things up.
He does.
So what you're saying is this movie has no spoiler alert. American Sniper, no stakes. Not only does he not shoot the kid, and he wasn't a bomber, so he feels bad. He doesn't shoot the kid, and the kid's not a bomber, so he's just an American hero jackoff. Come on, movies.
He may have had. I haven't seen it in a long time. He may have had an RPG or something where the kid can't, like, he's watching the kid. The kid does something, whether or not he actually had a weapon, I don't recall.
Okay.
But the kid at the last minute was like, I guess change of heart, like, fuck it, I'm not going to do this thing, and runs away as he's like squeezing the trigger slowly and then lets it go because the kid doesn't do the thing.
So they both win.
Essentially, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, he killed plenty of other people.
That's really nice in real life, but for a movie, you got to have stakes, guys.
Well, he gets killed.
He killed
a bunch of other people, but they were bad guys.
You ever seen Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie?
Mm.
Yeah,
That's a fucking funny movie. They kill the kid in that one.
By the way, as I think the only other person who's seen that movie, the end of that movie made me laugh so hard when.
Spoilers.
What? Spoilers? No, the end of the movie. Brett knows what I'm talking about. At the standoff at the end.
Yeah. That's where they kill the kid.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That's where they kill the kid. So at least in that movie, the kid fucking dies.
It was so good. It's such a Anywho, Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie starts with him wearing a $1 billion diamond suit, which ruins their budget. So that's how ridiculous it starts. I
fucking love that movie. That movie's great.
It's a good movie.
It's
not a great movie, but it's funny.
Yeah. I feel like we're moving into like Ross Payton territory here where we have to make the moral choice to like, do we do this thing
sometimes it's a hard decision when you're trying to protect the world from the ultimate evil. It's not always the good guys get all the good things. Sometimes you got to do things, you have to make sacrifices. Or if you don't, it has to take 6 hours worth of discussion that loses us 60% of our listeners. And what do you want, listeners? Or to have good person characters, guys? I don't know.
I think this Scooby-Doo shit's going to work.
I'm going to get really yelled at for yelling, by the way.
It's fine. Your levels are fine.
Oh no, not from you, not from the podcast. So I believe the wife is downstairs, which means I'm only loud. But in the podcast lab, it's right next to the bedroom, so I've already gotten told that I'm very loud while podcasting. Yeah, here, I'll show you guys real quick. Look at this, viewers. This is my setup. What's happening? I got a big TV, several inches of screen, and then I got like surround sound speakers, and I got the blue snowball, and I got me. Yeah, I got all this shit, and a stand-up desk thing. Anyway, that didn't work so well, but whatever.
Yeah, you pointed to the snowball, and then you pointed the camera to your finger.
But anyway, I have like a big screen. I have another screen coming.
Holy shit! You're gonna be like dual screens.
No, I'm putting this screen back. It's actually a television. I got a monitor coming, but I do have the left, right, center speakers from a surround sound setup that make PUBG real badass, guys. And I've been playing Rocksmith, so I can play like 50% of 20% of some songs.
Fair.
All right, what are we doing? Are we?
All right, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Let's put this all at the end. Here's the end. The end.
All right, cool. Yeah. Order some coffee. It's tinyurl.com/legendary brew. New labels are in. They look fantastic.
Official.
I'm going to get mine hopefully this week. Early next week.
It was a whole problem. I was going to roast yesterday, and it wasn't a thing. I'm roasting tomorrow, so I'll send it out Wednesday.
Okay.
It'll be there Friday. It'll be there Friday or Saturday.
Nice.
And with fancy label time.
Fancy label time. If you like this, I don't know why you would like this one, but if you like what you hear, you like what you watch, likes and subscribes is awesome. Reviews on iTunes and whatever other pod chaser you use is fantastic. It's immensely helpful. Nobody does it, but
or an enemy.
Tell everybody.
Tell your enemies and make them suffer.
There you go. But we appreciate you checking it out. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes we get maybe caught up in the minutia, especially in this game, because it's like normal people doing crazy things. So, we hope you like it for that. We tend to do heavy planning sessions, so it can be fun. It can be like, just round and round, but it is what it is.
Round and round.
Is that Rat?
Hell yeah.
I saw them live. So I thought so. Anyway,
was that a guitar you were doing, or was that fireworks? I couldn't tell.
That was a guitar.
Your body language was way off.
I'm so good at guitar. No, that's how I play.
You're the one that's playing Rocksmith, and you're like,
this is how I Rocksmith.
Like you're playing it like an upright bass. I'm like, what is going on here?
That's how you play guitar, Kurt.
Okay, all right. Sure.
Fucking look at the videos.
You must be in the 80s. You must be in a Rat cover band.
I only play in two styles, Rat and Striper.
Oh, Jesus.
I literally have a black and yellow striped B style costume and sing about Jesus. Or whatever. They were a Christian band. I just don't know if they've actually said Jesus in their songs. Anywho.
Rat and roll.
Good times.
We need to work on your 80s hair if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I need some real good mullet action. But yeah, definitely tell some people about the podcast. And the next one, I hope I can promise, will be less structured, although I thought this one would be less structured. So, but the next one, I have a really fun thing. So stick with us and tell more people so that we're incentivized by ego to keep doing things.
Well, we just do it out of spite. So,
look, guys, don't make me so sad I quit. Okay, listen.
Definitely don't do that. That's half my podcast. We have to keep Neil happy.
I have a fragile ego, so tell me nice things. God damn it. Or mean things. Tell me anything. That's all I'm asking. Tell me anything. As long as someone listened, hate it, love it, ambivalent, as long as you listen, that's all I care about. That's how I measure my life. So if I don't get any comments, killing myself. That's to you, internet. It's on you.
Just make sure you do it on fucking FaceTime live or whatever.
Yep.
Facebook Live.
I'm Facebooking it live.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Facebook Live, you did this to me. Thanks, Legends of Tabletop listeners.
Maybe we should edit this part out.
Don't edit it out. It's going to happen.
Well, that's a good way to get some publicity for the podcast.
But then who's going to run the game?
Yeah, that's not good. We can't have that. I'm going to go leave a review.
Anyway, next week, Rogue Trader. Probably. I'm really excited. Rogue Trader's going pretty well, too. So I think we got it going, guys.
Is it? Do you want to call that going well? With the crew just like fucked up everything on the planet?
I thought it was funny.
It may be that. I don't know that it's good, though.
Well, not for you. It is for me, because at this point, I get to do crazy shit. So, but no, it's fine. Yeah. But this one, come on, guys. Let's get us to the next one, because we're doing some okay RP here, but it's pretty remote. We got some real cool RP shit coming next. So, like, let's do this. Trust me.
To be fair, it's been a little while. It's hard to get back on the horse when you haven't played a game in a while.
Oh, God, it's been so long. So, yeah, I agree. We got to keep this going. Like, more routine so that everyone's not way out of the game. So.
Okay, next Sunday.
And in next Sunday, for sure.
All right. Well, we'll get something on a schedule. We'll try to do sooner than later.
All right. So are you doing the official sign off or what?
Oh yeah, we kind of did that. Like, subscribes. That's about whatever.
Then I'm gonna call it a night.
All right. Take it easy, Brett. All right. So I guess we should do the official. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.